Brazil is a little bit behind on the AI race and has not built AI capacity, processing capacity, and one of our goals is exactly to do that, to build this AI capacity in the country. I'm Fernando Palamone from RT1, and we are expanding our Pan-American strategy to provide NeoCloud service, to provide the GPUs access and AI access for many different companies.
Why are you in the United States? Explain a little bit why you're here and what's going on in Brazil for the people out there that know nothing about Brazil.
We believe Brazil is a strong location to start with this strategy, to start with this Pan-American strategy, because Brazil is 50% of Latin American economy, and there is another 50% that is spread across many different countries, but Brazil has one thing in particular, which is excess energy, which is one of the raw materials needed for this AI data processing.
You're in the United States. What are you doing up here? What's the problem you're trying to solve by coming up here to the United States?
Well, we are in contact with many different partners like you, Ryan. It's really pulling together this community of resources that are specialized in AI data processing to bring as partners into this endeavor.
The question is most meaningful to me. Why does this matter for Brazilians?
It's a big thing for Brazil. I think it's a big thing all around the world. AI is the new industrial revolution, and the same way as in the past industrial revolutions brought a new level of efficiency, new level of performance. If you don't develop your skills, your capacity, your ability to process data in AI, basically you're going to stay behind, because every aspect of economic development will stay behind. You will not achieve the levels of efficiency that you're looking for on the next generation.
Now, one thing I want to get into is the solutions that are actually going on right now in Brazil. I know of a couple. For example, I know in Rio de Janeiro they just released all those real-time cameras for security, and those cameras are actually able to kind of predict if something's going to happen before it happens, so it's created safety. I know you're connected with customers, partners. What are some of the solutions that are happening right now, and what are some of the solutions that you can talk about, the NDA that's going to go on in Brazil that you think AI can help solve?
There's every aspect, I think, of economic life. Talking about, for example, security and how to improve security, you can think about the safety within large stadiums. And we have a piece of work that's being developed with the government of São Paulo state, and it's exactly that, to have this type of capability of identifying different types of reactions. If someone has a gun, if someone is taking some suspicious activities, making some suspicious activities around the city, and be able to identify that and direct our police personnel or safety personnel to that location, right? So this is one very important model. São Paulo is a very advanced state in that regard, looking for new ways to improve the efficiency of their police force and their safety response personnel. It's exactly the same thing touches on every other aspect of common life. If you have a new type of vaccine, that new type of vaccine is being developed using computational models, and a lot of that, for example, the testing, the combination of how a protein reacts to a certain presence of a certain identifiers or markers of other type of disease. So this is very important to develop new vaccines, new medicine to be able to react. So I think a lot of the next development that we see in every aspect of life, medicine, safety, for example, industrial production, identify on the production line how the products are being made and how, if there are any quality issues on those products. Every aspect of the modern economy will have an influence of artificial intelligence.
I get really excited about the healthcare vertical and the excitement around that. Now, standing behind me is AMPHIX, and I know we're helping you, and I'm really excited because I'm going to be helping with the first pilot with RT1 here in the US, which we're going to bring down to Brazil eventually. Talk a little bit about how AMPHIX and our partners, Strata Expanse, Available Infrastructure, and RAVEL are helping you to essentially go to market faster.
I can rely on the skills and the development that the team has already put in place on creating all the orchestration required to make sure we are using that hardware, that GPU that's very expensive, the best way possible, taking all available capacity, using and allocating that to the right process. So that type of capacity is very important, especially when you see a world that's now constrained in capacity, and that constraint comes in multiple different ways. You don't have enough energy, you don't have enough hardware to connect to that energy, and for example, a few big customers can hog up all this capacity. And so be able to better manage that capacity, you'll be able to have more people to access these resources and then be able to execute their testing, execute their models, and develop the new mechanism to advance their economies, advance their processes.
Make it more accessible to more people.
Exactly.
That really excites me.
And speed, I think knowing that we are using some technology that have been tested on all major laboratories around the US, it's very important as well, because that's exactly one of our target focus.
Thank you so much, Fernando.